I'm John Hendricks. It's Thursday, September 11th. Today, fighting crime in Osborne Village.
A lot of our employees do complain to us that they feel not safe.
How many arrests have been made since a targeted crackdown began in July, and what more could be done? Also today, more than before.
Certainly a concern, especially if you have inexperienced nurses working in a very high acuity patient care environment.
What a new report says about how many agency nurses are staffing Manitoba hospitals and the risks involved. Plus,
so we're in a really exciting period where we have a great window of opportunity open.
What improvements could be coming to the Port of Churchill as the feds outline plans to fast-track major projects countrywide. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Mary Lee is away. Winnipeg police are putting a dent in crime in Osborne Village. Since police patrols were boosted in July, officers have made 146 arrests. This after assaults skyrocketed by 44% in the area this year. CTV's Jeff Keel joins us now live. So Jeff, how are police able to make all of these arrests?
They say by targeting priority areas and going after offenders not complying with their bail orders.
Bubble tea shop co-owner Yu So-he says crime is a problem in and around his Osborne Village business.
A lot of our employees do complain to us that they feel not safe.
For example, he says someone vandalized his storefront with a fire extinguisher and his tip jar is taped down because thieves have run away with the coins inside.
Customers in the store will feel like threatened by these guys.
He also says staff feel unsafe when they have to take the bus late at night. In response to businesses' concerns, the Winnipeg Police Service launched the Osborne Village Violent Crime Initiative in late July, where they increased patrols and drop-ins at businesses, as assaults in the area were up 44% this year.
We have 30-plus officers in here today. Tomorrow it might be 20 officers. The next day it might be 40 officers.
Results appear promising. A report to the police board shows between July 24th and September 1st, officers responded to 777 incidents and they made 146 arrests. The report says police increased their presence in priority zones to deter and respond to crime, and they focused on known offenders living in the area and checked to see if they were complying with the conditions of their bail. The Osborne Village Biz says the initiative has had a positive impact. Plus, they are calling for other measures like enhanced lighting and security infrastructure in public spaces and around businesses, access to mental health and addiction resources to address root causes of crime, regular communications with the police service, and support for community-led safety programs. As for Yu So-he, he would like to see the increased police patrols continue.
Since July, it's been much more safer.
We reached out to the Winnipeg Police Service to see if the initiative is set to continue. We have not yet heard back.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Health officials are warning about a potential measles exposure at a Winnipeg school. The notification applies to anyone who is at Carpathia School in the River Heights area between 8 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. on September 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 8th. Anyone who may have been exposed is encouraged to check their immunization records, get the measles vaccine if they haven't already, and monitor for symptoms for the next 3 weeks. Symptoms include a runny nose, fever, drowsiness, and red eyes before a blotchy red rash tends to develop. Measles is a highly contagious disease and can be fatal. Manitoba Hydro says the lights are coming back on in several northern communities earlier than expected. The Crown Utility says power is expected to be restored today for Marcel Colombe First Nation and Lynn Lake. Other communities, including Matthias Colombe Cree Nation, South Indian Lake, and Leaf Rapids, had theirs restored over the past few days. Hydro says the work is 2 to 4 weeks ahead of schedule, thanks to the work of hundreds of employees and contractors, as well as favorable weather and less fire activity. It adds more than 1,000 poles were damaged or destroyed so far this season, and the cost of the restoration effort is pegged at $32 million. Manitoba nurses and nurse practitioners are turning to private agencies for a better work-life balance and safer working conditions, and that could be impacting patient safety. CTV's Daniel Halmerson explains.
More nurses than ever before are working for private agencies in the province. That's according to a recent report from the College of Registered Nurses of Manitoba, showing 1,610 nurses opted to work for private agencies in 2024.
The number one finding, with very few exceptions, really was that people were seeking, greater work-life balance, the ability to have more flexibility in managing their schedule.
Agency nurses commonly work in emergency rooms, general medicine wards, and long-term care settings, filling gaps in the public sector, especially in rural and remote areas. The report says while agency work does help address staff shortages, the college warns of risks to patient safety and healthcare system stability.
Emergency rooms as a setting for agency nursing is new, and that's certainly a concern, especially if you have inexperienced nurses working in a very high acuity patient care environment.
The opposition Tories health critic says this report reveals nursing practices in Manitoba are heading in the wrong direction.
It points to an increasing reliance on agency nursing, and it states that the primary reason for that is a shortage of acceptable working conditions in the public system, and that's what should make the minister's ears perk up.
The provincial government has come up with solutions like the provincial travel nurse team in order to attract more nurses with pay and perks to fill shifts. But the head of the Manitoba Nurses Union says the NDP government isn't adequately funding or resourcing the team.
They put their application in and then they hear nothing for 4 months. So we have gone to the government and we have advocated very loud and very clear that we need that team resourced to be able to onboard those individuals very quickly.
Daniel Halmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The Manitoba government has issued a request for proposal to cap the number of agency contracts and improve oversight. And earlier this year, the College of Registered Nurses introduced new guidelines for agency practice. Now, that includes requiring nurses to have at least 2,015 hours of experience in a Canadian healthcare setting before they can take on agency work. CTV News has reached out to the health minister, but we haven't heard back. A major expansion to the Port of Churchill is among the list of projects under consideration for the federal government's major projects legislation.
We'll advance projects that turbocharge and connect our regional economies, as well as our economy to the world.
According to the feds, the plan will include an all-weather road, upgraded rail line, a new energy corridor, and an ice-breaking strategy. The aim is to expand exports, with particular focus on diversifying trade with Europe. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew says there's still a lot of work to be done and consultations to do first, but he believes this is a very significant moment for our province.
To see our federal government in Canada talk about Manitoba having a potential project of national importance. I don't know if we've had that since Manitoba entered Confederation, or perhaps since the railroads were constructed. So we're in a really exciting period where we have a great window of opportunity open.
There's not yet a timeline for the Churchill Port project, but the Prime Minister has said once a project is fast-tracked, final approval should be granted within 2 years. Meantime, First Nations chief in Manitoba are calling out Ottawa for not including people from the province on a panel that's tasked with advising on major infrastructure projects. The council is made up of 11 Indigenous people from across the country, with Lauren Peltier of the Manitoba Métis Federation being the only one from Manitoba.
Any industry that wants to come into Manitoba, they will have to meet with First Nations leadership. There is nobody that is going to come into Manitoba and attempt to build any major project without speaking to First Nations.
The Southern Chiefs organization added it's troubling no one from one of the southern communities is part of the advisory council, given Winnipeg has Canada's largest urban Indigenous population. A teenager is recovering after a collision between a van and a school bus Wednesday afternoon. It happened on Kessler Road near Langley Bay in the Fairfield Park neighborhood around 3:30 p.m. Police say the 17-year-old behind the wheel of the van was taken to hospital in unstable condition, but has since been upgraded to stable. A spokesperson couldn't say how many students were on the bus at the time, but noted no one, including the driver, needed medical attention. Police are now looking for witnesses who may have seen or have video footage of the gray van prior to the collision. It had been driving around Lee Boulevard and south of Bison Drive. If you have a bunch of stuff taking up space in your basement and you want to get rid of it, this is the weekend to do it. It's time for another giveaway weekend in Winnipeg. The City of Winnipeg is hosting its giveaway weekend Saturday and Sunday, meaning you can place unwanted household goods on the curb to find a new home. Each item should be labeled free. It's a chance to keep unwanted but useful items like books, furniture, and appliances out of the landfill. You're asked not to put out unsafe items like anything which could have bed bugs or toilets. The city suggests that anything not picked up could be donated to community organizations. CTV's Catherine Dow joins us now with your first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. And Catherine, we had showers today, and are we going to be having a big storm tonight?
Yes, John, to answer your question, we will likely have a very stormy evening ahead for south central Manitoba. Other parts, not necessarily the case. You can very much see what's been affecting us throughout the day. This large system here mixed into it with those isolated and scattered thunderstorms. Likely that's going to continue for us overnight here in south central Manitoba. Lesser chance of that developing to the west of us in areas like Brandon and Dauphin. However, a slow-moving upper air system has been pushing through Saskatchewan and is likely to move into our province, bringing many days of convective activity to areas in southwestern Manitoba. Could look like large hail, strong winds. It hasn't quite taken shape yet, but I'm going to have details a little later on the newscast about where exactly that's going to hit and just how long it could be affecting them. Right now, though, as we cast our eye to the sky, it's 19 degrees, quite overcast. Doesn't look like we have any raindrops at this point. Winds are out of the southeast at 18 kilometers per hour. The pressure's on the rise and the humidity's at 84%.
The Bathfitter Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
And taking our first check-in on traffic, Portage at Polo Park. Hope those windshield wipers are in good working order because you might need them throughout the drive. Looks to be moving along at a good clip. Nothing there to slow you down.
Still ahead, tweaking the transit system. What changes the city has already made following this summer's massive overhaul.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Taking a look at the markets tonight, crude oil dropped $1.30. The Canadian dollar rose slightly. Gold lost $8, and the TSX added 228 points. The Dow Jones jumped 617 points, and the Nasdaq closed 157 points higher.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
The city is fine-tuning its overhauled transit system with more changes on the way. The city says a number of changes were introduced in late August. They include relocating 6 stops, adding a bendy bus to the Pembina Henderson highway route to reduce crowding, and some tweaking of the schedules along Ellis, Sargent, and Notre Dame. It also added more on-request buses to half a dozen areas, including South St. Vital, Sage Creek, and Waverly West. The city says more changes are expected in December. You're encouraged to head to the city's website to offer your feedback. Across the country, thousands of people are getting ready to lace up for this weekend's annual Terry Fox Run in support of cancer research. People like Susan Wenzelowski.
Cancer's been a big part of my life. My grandmother actually never saw any of her grandchildren because she died of cancer way back. My dad had cancer, and so being able to be part of this, you know, I remember watching Terry run across Canada, and it just has always been a pull on my heart.
Wenzelowski is a member of Terry's team, meaning that she not only participates in the run, but has also received her own cancer diagnosis. Terry's team members are easily recognizable on run day by their matching red shirts. To date, more than $900 million has been raised in Terry Fox's name, which organizers say is making a difference.
We are on the cusp of a revolution, the new technology, computational power, precision oncology. We're able to potentially now take every individual person's cancer and treat it individually. So instead of taking the one-size-fits-all model, we can personalize a treatment. And that's where a lot of this money now is going towards.
More than 650 communities are taking part in this year's Terry Fox Run, which is happening Sunday. You can head to run.terryfox.ca to find the one closest to you.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
Summer may be coming to an end, but the excitement doesn't have to. Still ahead, we've got your first look at some events and concerts coming up this fall.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Tom Papa.
Nuit Blanche is getting ready to light up the city once again. Each year, as part of Culture Days Manitoba, artists bring some exciting and bright art installations to the streets of Winnipeg. This year, one of the featured attractions is called Flux. It's a 7 meters tall and 13 meters across light installation created by a tech studio from Poland. Nuit Blanche Winnipeg is on Saturday, September 27th, and will be spread out in 4 areas of the city: the Exchange District, downtown, St. Boniface, and the Forks. All of the zones will be connected with free City of Winnipeg shuttle buses. So Folklorama may be long over, but you'll soon have another opportunity to enjoy some German beer, food, and music. Yes, Oktoberfest 2025 is just around the corner. This is the second year for the Downtown Street Party, and with the help of Devil May Care Brewing and Pyramid Cabaret, Fort Street will be transformed into a German-style beer garden. There will be traditional German beer, food, and tunes over the 2-day event. Oktoberfest runs from 4 p.m. until midnight on Fort Street between York and St. Mary Avenues, which will be shut down to traffic that day. On Sunday, the event runs from noon until 9, and admission is free. We all know the Winnipeg Folk Festival is an annual summer event, but soon you'll be able to enjoy music from the festival all year round.
Catch up to you, darling, I'll be fine.
Folkfest is launching its 2025 city concert series called Folk in the City. It's year-round programming that will be in venues across Winnipeg. You'll be able to see shows by past folk festival performers, and new artists as well. It all gets underway on Monday, September 15th with Noah Reid at the Burton Cummings Theatre. For info on all the artists taking part in the Folk in the City concert series, you can check out the Winnipeg Folk Festival's website. And settle in for some Thursday night football as the Green Bay Packers play host to the Washington Commanders. The game gets underway at 7 o'clock with the pre-show game show starting at 6. That means our regular newscast will be moving online. Just head to ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Looking on the Norwood Bridge, it's really not too busy. Good route to take if you're looking to get home in a timely manner. Nothing there to slow you down.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
After a bit of a rainy day, we're in for a fairly waterlogged evening as well, as evidenced by our radar. This fairly large system still kind of hovering over southern Manitoba, so good chance of some rainfall and maybe some thunderstorm activity. You can see those scattered, disorganized thunderstorms there picking up on the radar. Look for that to continue, likely in our region. Not likely reaching as far west as Brandon and Neepawa. However, a big however, a slow-moving upper air pattern has been developing over Saskatchewan, and it's likely to push into southwestern Manitoba tomorrow, starting to bring many days of convection. So this is the system we were talking about, the original system, if you will. You start to see it move out, although it does fan out nicely as it heads over the international border. So it could be a bit of a rainy start to our Friday. Likely, though, here in Winnipeg, we'll just deal with a good amount of clouds, while northern Manitoba, you have a picture clear sunny evening, or clear night, sunny day. There's the terms I'm looking for. Not much changing into tomorrow. Northern Manitoba, sunny, above seasonal day for you. And then, yes, you start to see this system here. It is rather disorganized, and it's not totally clear as to how it'll play out, but Environment and Climate Change Canada is warning it could bring some convection. So that could be large hail, maybe some also strong wind gusts, particularly the Brandon, Neepawa, Swan River area, while we here in Winnipeg likely will just deal with some cloud coverage. The sun returns for the weekend for us, while the southwest will deal with likely cloudy skies, and then as that system comes into focus, probably some rain. We'll get a better sense of just how that disruption could show up, if it's with the thunderstorms, the hail, whatnot, but it's going to take another day or two for that picture to really come into focus. Northern Manitoba, not much to say. I'd love to be in your shoes. Lots of sunshine and gorgeous conditions to enjoy. Getting back to tonight, temperatures dipping down to 16 here in Winnipeg with that 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms. Very strong southerly winds, but they taper off nicely into tomorrow. We kick off the day in the teens, and we rise to 22 degrees, cloudy skies. From there, I mentioned lots of sunshine on the way, looking absolutely gorgeous. 25 on Saturday with clear sunny skies. 20 is what's typical for this time of year. And as we get some warm air moving in, we really start to see the mercury rise, a high of 28 on Sunday. And your Skywatch pictures of the day. This one taken by Charlie of those Pelicans in Lac du Bonny. Thanks so much for that one. And I believe we have just a lovely one taken in Cross Lake of that sunset. Thanks to Troy for submitting. And if you've got any, you can send them our way. Winnipeg weather at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Catherine. An Australian state government has given the green light for the creation of a Great Koala National Park. The new South Wales government will convert 176,000 hectares of state forest and connect it with other national parks to create a massive 476,000 hectare park. A ban on logging has been placed in the area, and there's hope that this can help the state's koala population rebound. The koala was classified as endangered in the state in 2022. Now, programming note, our 6 o'clock newscast is going to be preempted and moving online tonight to make way for NFL football. Head to ctvnewswinnipeg.ca and join us here again at 11:30.